You know what's great after you've been drained by your work-life schedule like a keg after a frat party? Tenno refreshment. What's that? I'm hearing it's Tenno reinforcements, not Tenno refreshments? Then what are all these cans I keep seeing popping up every year in July? Ah, fine, whatever. I guess I'll talk about the Tenno reinforcements, specifically the Quatz. What a dumb and weird name, distinctly Grenier. What we're looking at is the bastard baby between the Quartak and the Comorex. The few of you who may have watched my Future of Warframe video may remember me talking a bit about the Comorex, Cyanex, and I hope they'd be leading into similar future weapons. Well, looks like I might be leading into the right track, so let me talk about it. I mean, hey, how hard could it be? First, we'll talk mechanics. We've got another alt-fire gun, however this one is built much like the Comorex. You've got the full auto, however this only works when you're hip-firing the weapon. This mode is built towards status and you can get about a 1/3 chance to crit with a prime pistol gambit. The secondary mode is activated when you zoom in. This fires a 4-round quick burst and on top of that leans into crit. Looking at a little more than a 75% chance at hitting a crit with your max PPG. This gives you a greater range of flexibility because you're not stuck in one firing mode with a lengthy animation switch or getting stuck and forgetting to switch back. Looking at you, Czar. Now, I did say that the full auto only works when hip firing, but that's actually somewhat wrong. Check this out. If you start firing full auto and zoom in, it keeps firing full auto until you stop. Then you can fire a burst. Helpful for those faraway enemies. Now, let's talk about the mag size and the reload. The mag size is pretty decent. You get 72 by default, gives you about 18 trigger pulls with your zoom mode. And the reload. Now this is another first for Warframe. When you reload the magazine with bullets in the mag, it's just a normal reload. Nice animation, but nothing special. The special comes when you completely deplete your ammo, then the weapon discharges electricity around you like you're some kind of volted orb. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does seem to be an innate stun. And another really nice animation here. When it comes to the rounds fired, you get an impact leaning and electricity. We've been seeing a lot more of these mixed IPS and elemental weapons. Comorex, Cyanex, Hystrix, Exorgist for example. So this bad boy, well obviously this can lean very easily into corrosive damage, but also into radiation. What's really nice about the way this weapon's damage types are arranged is that you can get the 4x to supersede the IPS totals very easily, even with only the two 60/60 mods. This leaves you with a gun that can potentially strip armor and then apply a knockout blow. Now personally, I've got 3 builds on this thing for the moment. A corrosive stripping build, a pure radiation build, and a viral slashy boy that I look forward to testing out in various environments. All of them utilize our primed crit mods, some status mods, and a full elemental or slash mod for damage. So how about aesthetics? It's pretty pleasing to fire, it feels good, has a nice chunky sound to it, and on top of that, it's not bad to look at either. Looks nice and primitive, very Grenier, almost like a big chunky nail gun. Of course you can always use the Nuska and Perla skins with it if you want to, leaving you a trio of decent options. Alright, let's get meta with this. Who are you going to pair this gun with? Harrow is an initial good choice. That big burst fire is right at home with this headshot party kit, and the auto fire on zoom out will let you strip armor without switching weapons or keep you from those dreaded nullifier bubbles. Ash can take advantage of a slash build with this bad boy, although there are certainly other options available for him. Regardless, this is still a potentially solid option for Ash. Any frame with buffs you want to keep up will appreciate the auto burst switch fire modes with zoom in and out, keeping you clear of bubbles. Other than them, this is a pretty good general all-around gun if you need a single target status and then knocked out. Overall, I think I'd give this gun a 4 out of 5 on complete design, with one cost of admission moment for every time I get to do that kick-ass reload. Alright, the channel name. How hard was this to make? Well, I am admittedly coasting right now. I've got some plans for more interesting things in the future, but I wanted to throw this out because I really enjoyed this weapon, and I wanted to talk about it. Warframe is just about my favorite thing, and so making content for it and maybe being a partner eventually is a big goal of mine. This is a step hopefully towards bigger things. But what about the video itself? Well, this is a more in-depth review compared to the quartet of things I looked into with my last big Warframe video. This was made with many of the same processes as those other videos. Record video, transfer, record audio, throw it all together, yada yada yada. Is there anything new to this process this week? Well, I've been doing a lot more work with things like layering images of models and text together. I like this for the color gradients and the more dynamic feel. It may just be kind of busy work, but I enjoy finding new ways to do this. I did, quote-unquote, film a lot more video than I strictly needed, but I won't worry about boring you with like 5 minutes of it. I've been doing a lot more of HUDless play for these videos, and I'm honestly amused by how bad but sometimes effective I can be with it once I get into the groove. One big challenge was getting things set up. Getting the parts together, rushing the gun, and then formatting it 5 times for the build took more than a couple hours after I got home from working some long hours. Alongside scripting the majority of this whole thing, it took a while. I also had one moment of fear when I moved my audio around, went to edit, and then it all disappeared. Reopened the files in the correct location, nothing was lost though. Also, I'm putting a self-created audio track underneath everything, setting it to repeat, and hopefully it won't be too bad for you listening out there. If you'll be so kind as to like, subscribe.
Look at them. They come to this place when they know they are not pure. Tenno used the keys, but they are mere trespassers. Only I, Vor, know the true power of the void. I was cut in half, destroyed, but through its Yanis key the void called to me. It brought me here, and here I was reborn. We cannot blame these creatures. They are being led by a false prophet, an impostor who knows not the secrets of the void. Behold the Tenno, come to scavenge and desecrate this sacred realm. Now I will stop them. Now I am changed, reborn through the energy of the Yanis key, forever bound to the void. Let it be known, if the Tenno want true salvation, they will lay down their arms and wait for the baptism of my Yanis key. It is time. I will teach these trespassers the redemptive power of my Yanis key. They will learn its simple truth. The Tenno are lost, and they will resist. But I, Vor, will cleanse this place of their impurity.